Ladies and gentlemen, we have our first invest of the 2022 Atlantic hurricane season. Hello, I am Pat from Pat's Path Predictor, and the National Hurricane Center has just put out an area of interest for some tropical weather in parts of the Gulf of Mexico. Quite honestly, close to where I was talking about that loop current in my video. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about it. Let's see what's going to happen. Let's see the chances of this actually turning into either a tropical storm or a hurricane. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into this. Alright, so what you guys see right here now, this is the latest satellite imagery of this invest. You can see this thing developing right here in parts of the central Gulf of Mexico. You can see some storms moving into the Florida Panhandle right here, which either may or may not have something to do with it. The main area of interest is right here, where these storms are bubbling up and kind of forming as we speak. So that's essentially the situation we have. It's in the western side of your screen right here. So yeah, it looks as if right now this area of interest, it's not necessarily a particularly a threatening one, but at the same time we have to keep an eye out for this because it is over that extremely warm Gulf Stream, as I talked about earlier. So let's go ahead and look at the information. This is Invest 90L, the first invest of the 2022 Atlantic hurricane season. So Atlantic hurricane season, I would say, in my opinion, has officially kicked off with this invest. And the location of it is 26.6 degrees north, 88 degrees west. The maximum winds are 25 knots or 30 miles per hour. The minimum central pressure is 1014 millibars, and the radius of maximum winds is 30 nautical miles. So that's basically the situation we have right here. Let's go ahead and read what the NHC put out on this. North Central Gulf Coast. An area of disorganized showers and thunderstorms is associated with a surface trough of low pressure over the northern central Gulf of Mexico. Surface pressures remain high, and environmental conditions do not appear favorable for significant development before this system moves inland over the Gulf Central coast in a day or so. Regardless of development, this system could produce heavy rainfall and gusty winds over portions of the central Gulf Coast and from southwestern Louisiana to the Florida Panhandle. Additional information on rainfall and flooding potential can be found in official products issued by your local National Weather Service forecast office and excessive rainfall outlooks for the Weather Protection Center. Formation chance of the next 48 hours, like I said, there's a pretty low chance of this thing actually developing, but it's still there. That's why the NHC designated this an area of interest right here. We have, even though it's only a 10% chance of this happening within 48 hours or even 5 days. So that's basically what we have right here. This is the cone, and this is the area right here of interest. So that's basically what we have. Let's go ahead and take a look at the latest track on this. So this thing is going to move out in about a day or so, according to this model spaghetti plots right here. This thing's going to move inland in the next 12 to 18 hours. It's going to move through into the Carolinas as well as Georgia, and then at that point, it's pretty much uncertain what's going to happen next because this becomes all jumbled up, so we won't really know what's going on. The intensity forecast is a bit interesting, though. The intensity forecast, this is by 1801 p.m. Central Time. It has that 25 knots, which is 30 miles per hour, and then most of the models basically keep it where it is. That is until 4 days later, because 4 days after this, they're expecting this thing to intensify. All the models at some point, except for one, the NNIC, have this upgraded to a tropical storm. So we could see our first tropical storm from this if these models are correct. Potentially a strong tropical storm 6 days out, but at the same time, these are a few models. We could see according to the LGEM, potentially up to 50 knots or about 60 miles per hour of 60 mile per hour tropical storm. So that's an interesting situation we have right here. And the ship model right here has it go intensify even faster, as it has a tropical storm in the next 36 hours, which I don't think is going to happen that quick unless the storm stays off in the Gulf of Mexico, which I'll be keeping an eye out. I'll be keeping tabs on you for. So yeah, but the rest of the models, after it, basically what happens, they're saying that after it exits off of North Carolina or Southern Virginia, it's going to hit an area of warm water, the Gulf Stream, and it's going to basically start intensifying from there as the conditions are a little better. So that's basically the situation we have right here. Here's that satellite imagery again. Here's the invest with this area right here designated. The center of it, right, is basically, this is where the center of it is, around this area. So most of the storms are in the western side of it. So unless it can organize very quickly, unless there's a limited amount of wind shear, this thing's not going to blow up until it hits the Atlantic Ocean on the other side. But with that being said, that is going to wrap up this tropical outlook. I will be keeping tabs on this every 12 hours. The next outlook will be the 7 a.m. one from me, just for those who are in the Gulf Coast and might see some flooding from this. So yeah, that's the first actual tropical weather video of this year. I mean, I made a couple of Gulfstream and some of the model video right there, but yeah, this is my first tropical forecast right here. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. It helps me out and helps to make more videos like these. The goal of this channel is to get more people engaged with weather like this. In fact, if you didn't know, my favorite extreme weather to report on is actually hurricanes, because I actually happen to know the most about them, and I feel like I'm more helpful in that field. I extensively covered hurricanes like Hurricane Larry and Hurricane Sam back in 2021, and Hurricane Sam especially was a really interesting case, but I'm not really gonna talk too much about that because that's not the focus of this video. But with that being said, that is gonna wrap it up. Have a wonderful day, guys. Stay safe.